In 2000, the St. Xavier team lost the team championship by 2.5 team points. But in 2001, they said this ain't happening again. Our guest here today was one of the Tigers that made sure everybody else fell in line to bring a state championship back home to St. Xavier. Sir, if you would, tell us who you are.
Thanks, Alex. Zach Steinbock.
Of course, you're tell us your state championship year and weight there, man.
So it's 2001 and 152.
152 pounds in 2001. We'll talk about that historical aspect just in a second. But before we go on, the leadoff question we hit everybody with is, how do you get into wrestling, man? How do you find it?
Yeah, so I actually didn't start wrestling until my freshman year in high school. My best friend, Kurt Hassel, at the time, talked me into it after I failed to make the basketball team.
And I've got it on my notes here, but like for your bracket, I've got 98, 99, 2000. I couldn't find any state tournament history for you, so I guess that kind of explains that. Is if you started as a freshman, and especially with St. Xavier's program being like it is in that era, there's probably a good reason why there's nothing to be found. Because is it fair to say you didn't, I guess, make it to the state tournament those years?
I wasn't in the starting lineup. My junior year, I was behind Billy Redmond, who won.
Oh, hey, he's weak as water, man.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Billy. You're weak as water.
I haven't talked to Billy in probably 25 years. I'm guessing he's still deadlifting 600 pounds. But
he's actually a priest now. He has his own parsonage there in Lexington. The name of it escapes me, but his review videos on the channel. Yeah, Billy, we communicate pretty regular, feels like. So I'll be sure to give you his number whenever we finish here.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'm sorry, go ahead. You was behind Billy Redmond. I just want to tell everybody how weak he is. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Billy cradled everybody in the state that year. And we practiced quite a bit together, pretty much every day. So there was no spot in the lineup my junior year. But practicing with Billy and then practicing with Isaac. Isaac and I wrestled together all the time. That's what got me to that state championship level.
I was going to say, man, two of the weakest practice partners you could have: Billy Redmond, state champion, weightlifting, and 4-time state champion Isaac Knable. I don't think you could have picked two worse partners. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we had a heck of a room. My whole 4 years at St. X. I mean, there were 100 guys in that room. It felt like I can't even remember the exact numbers, but everybody was in there just to get after it and get better. It was a great environment for wrestling.
I understand, man. And before we go any farther, I want to go over St. Xavier's history. Of course, 1998 team state champions, one of the very few teams that won the team title without a state champion. But we should go even farther. One of the only teams that didn't have anybody in the finals. So yeah. That was just a great team, top to bottom. 103 to heavyweight that year was just a phenomenal squad. Of course, 2001, your senior year, you state champion, Isaac state champion, just unbelievable. Again, top to bottom. And then in 2013, team title as well. And that's their most recent, St. Xavier being they. We want to make sure we give, even though this is a St. Xavier video, we want to make sure that we give our correct information. And as of this filming, this is October 18th, 2025. St. Xavier has 20, I believe the number is 28 individual state champions. So just an excellent tradition there at St. Xavier, team and individual wise. And you get to add to that history, if you will, add to that state championship wall. You all are seeing a photo of the state championships won by individuals there that hangs. I believe this is in St. Xavier's wrestling room. I've never been to their room. They've got, of course, I'll send you the photo of it, but they've got all the state champions, their years, their weight, and all that kind of stuff. And I've been going through, kind of picking them off one by one of who I need to get with, whose video I don't have, and trying to make contacts. And we want to say thank you to Isaac Knable for linking this up. Man, we've been trying to get together for feels like 6-8 months. And funny story, we thought we found your video, and it was you skydiving out of an airplane. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think that, maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe there's more to it. And it was just like a couple-minute little clip of you skydiving, and I sent you a copy or the little clip of it, and you was like, that's me, man. I'm skydiving. Then I believe you said your parents had the state finals tape?
Yeah, my dad was able to dig it out of whatever archive he had there. So I'm glad we were able to finally pin it down. It's something I can't wait to show my kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Not was going to. That was you led perfectly into my next talking point. There, you're wearing. I believe that's a Penn. Is it Penn Charter Wrestling?
Penn Chart, yep. That's my daughter's school. We're up here in Philadelphia now. So she's a senior this year and looking to go to Indiana University next year and join the wrestling club up there.
My goodness, man. And you said last night we were trying to get this lined out. We were going to do it earlier. It's a little after 5 o'clock here. And we were going to do it earlier in the day. And he was like, oh, man, I can't. My daughter has a like a wrestling tailgate event or whatever.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Kicking
So
off season.
she is a high school senior this year.
She is.
Wow, man. That's awesome. I know I don't want to date ourselves, but like I said, this is the 18th of October. The previous week, as of this filming, I got to go out to Iowa for the Who's Number One event, cover the Rainey brothers from Kentucky, Jordan and Jaden. They're committed to Oklahoma State, and I would say probably the most recognizable, the most social media famous wrestler in the country right now in high school is Bo Bassett. Bo was there, got to interview Bo. He's a Pennsylvania kid, man. He was proud. He was wearing his Pennsylvania gear, all that kind of stuff, and the warm-ups and all that. So, man, Pennsylvania is a heck of a wrestling state as well.
It's funny how life works, and being up here in Philadelphia, it ain't Kentucky, that's for sure. But my kids get exposed to an incredible amount of amazing wrestling, turn them into some amazing wrestlers already, and I can't wait to see what they end up doing this year.
Now, the talking about Philadelphia, I got to go to, and I think last year wasn't the NCAA championships in Philadelphia.
Yeah, sure were.
That's what I thought because we had Kentucky representation there. We had Spencer Moore wrestling for the University of North Carolina. He was there for UNC. Stephen Little from Union County. He was wrestling for Little Rock, Arkansas. He All-American last year, two-time All-American. Looking to go up on the podium this year. He's I think two-time. I think he's been eighth. It's either been eighth and seventh or seventh and sixth. It's been one or the other. But either way, that's still a heck of an accomplishment. But talking about meddling, man, let's talk about your senior year. 2,152 pounds. Of course, you're a senior. You start off the state tournament with a 5-2 decision. Now, before we go, let me backtrack. This is the last year of the 16-man district region format. After this, we would go to the 32-person bracket. No
wow.
districts,
Okay.
just regions, state. So 16 wrestlers in this bracket. You start off with a 5-2 decision over Jeremy Lovell from Rowell. You get to the quarters. You win a fall
What was
over.
his seed on that one, Alex?
They're not seeded.
They're
It
not
just
seeded on there?
has. Yeah, there's no seed. It just has. It was a random draw back then. Like
Oh.
the ones would wrestle the 4 seeds, the 2 was the 3s, but they didn't seed it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I never knew that.
Yep. So in the quarterfinals, you're wrestling Anthony Green, no relation to me. He goes by AJ, his review videos on the channel. You win a 3 minute and 35-second fall over him. He would go on in 2004 and be 189-pound state champion. So pretty cool there.
Yeah.
In the semis, you're wrestling Jacob Unger from Campbell County. You win a 6-4 decision over him. Jacob would go on to get sixth place. And in the finals, you're wrestling James Allen from North Hardin. Now, we're not going to say the outcome, the score, the result. We'll watch the video together. But before we do that, in doing the research, there was, besides yourself, there was 3 other state champions in this bracket. Buddy Dodd from Wayne County in 2,352-pound state champion. Of course, AJ Green, 2004, 189. And then the following year, Craig Cooper from Simon Kenton, 152 pounds as well. So you had a pretty tough bracket, man. Three future state champions, I should say. When you win that semifinals match, and you know you're going into the finals, and I've asked this question a lot, win or lose, this is it. You're never going to get a wrestle scholastically for St. Xavier, never get to wear that green and gold color again. Wanting to be or aspiring to be a team state champion. What's the emotions going through your head whenever you win that finals or semifinals, knowing you're going to be in the finals?
From what I can remember going into that weekend, because it was me, Isaac, Matt Evans. There were such a host of guys that we went into that weekend just feeling like it was expected. Like we knew that we were gonna be the team to beat. I don't know if anybody else knew that. They probably didn't. But we knew it. And I was just ready to go. I just remember being totally in the moment, totally in that flow state, just ready to go. So it was a pretty unreal experience.
Oh man, I completely understand now. Had you wrestled him before? Had you seen North Hardin any prior in the season?
I don't believe so. We didn't wrestle in state a ton that season, from what I remember. We wrestled a ton in Indiana. I don't think that we had wrestled one another before, but I could be completely wrong on that.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. And I believe I want to make sure I get this right here. Of course, you, Isaac, Matt are in the finals together. It's got to feel good when you're back there. If you never got to go to the Farnham Dungeon Center, the dungeon as it was called, the practice mat was behind like the head table. There was just like not an old, but just a practice mat off by itself. When you're back there and you've got two, yourself and 2 teammates warming up, all within the same weight class. It's not like a 103 and a heavyweight trying to warm up. But you got 2 guys that you saw every day, maybe sit beside of in, AP World History or, Algebra 3 or whatever it is. It's got to feel kind of calming, even though in theory it's just another match. But there's a lot on the line here. It's got to feel good to have 2 other dudes, right?
Oh, absolutely. Those guys were awesome. We spent more time together than anybody else, for the last 4 months leading up to that thing. So it's definitely helpful. You try to keep those nerves calm and whatnot, but it's impossible to hide it all away.
I understand, and I believe Krazik was your coach, correct?
Sure was.
That's what I thought. I was pretty confident, but I wanted to make sure. Now, before we hit the play button on the video, has it been a day or two, a week, or a couple hours, maybe even 25 plus years? Well, I guess it'd be possible, 24 years since you've watched your state finals video?
Yeah, I don't think I ever watched it, period. So it's been 24 years since, playing it back in my own head.
This match has the um, face off or the video. I don't want to say match, but the video has the face off, the match video, and it's got the medal ceremony, man. So let's go back to a very cold February evening in 2001. And there we are, looking live at the finals mat. And I've said in every video about the dungeon, this just had something that you can't replicate. The vibes, the energy. You knew this was a big event. Even if you weren't a fan of high school wrestling or wrestling at all, when you just saw the lights come down, you heard the jock jams, you just knew there is something big on the line here. Something like out of a movie almost, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, what's that? What's that great movie? Wrestling movie. It's just
Vision
blank.
Quest.
Vision Quest. That's I think we had been watching it the night before. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, man, I get it. And it's just it was something that if you got to attend, man, it was such a, for us, certain of a certain age that grew up with like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, whatever, it was such a great final boss level. Like the first time you played Mario Brothers and you got to the last castle, you just knew, okay, this is where we saved the princess. Or when you fought Mike Tyson on Punch Out, you just
oh yeah.
knew this is where this was such a great just finality to the season, the finality to a lot of careers, just the way it was. And I think this is the best atmosphere the KHSAA ever had. Impossible to replicate, but man, let's go back. Here we go. It was so loud in there. Everybody that was there wanted to be there. You didn't
Oh
just
yeah.
accidentally find your way into the dungeon.
No, it was awesome. What a great arena for this type of thing.
There you come out, man. And there you are. Look at those man. Look at that. Arnold Schwarzenegger standing there. Now, do you remember who's filming this for you?
I actually don't remember. I'm assuming it was part of the St. X Tech team.
I
Some of
got
the
you.
support we had.
Now, man, you're coming out and just you can hear your fans chanting Navy SEAL at you. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So he comes out and gets the first takedown on you, but you don't look like you're panicking.
No, I remember staying pretty calm on that one. Like that shouldn't have happened, but here we go.
Yeah. You get up, you get your escape. So now it's 2-1. What's the old saying? Sometimes you gotta get punched to know you're in a fight. So you know this guy's come to wrestle.
Oh yeah.
What was was you a better neutral wrestler? Were you like better on top on the
I was
takedown
best,
cut? Or?
yeah, from the feet. I did run the spiral ride mostly from the top, pretty much all season. Bottom's never been a favorite of mine, but something you got to be able to do somewhere. There's the spiral ride right there.
Yeah. Yep. Which I mean, it's been a while, you said, since you've seen this, but when you watch your daughter wrestle, does she kind of wrestle the same way as you? Is she? Do you see a
Yeah.
lot of you in her? I guess in her
Oh,
style.
absolutely. And my son as well. Yeah, my son's got great hips. Something it took me a lot longer to develop.
Yeah.
My daughter she just goes and goes and goes and doesn't stop, which I absolutely love watching. But I'll tell you what, I was never as anxious before a match or a meet as I get when I watch her wrestle.
Man, I understand so many dads that we've done videos with that have kids wrestling say the exact same thing. Now,
Yeah, my son, I just get excited. My daughter, even though she's older, it's just, I don't know, it's a new level of anxiety.
yeah, the camera crew's going crazy here. Not sure exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so you're on top, and
I remember this. I remember getting put in
yeah,
the back. Yeah.
I was watching this and I was like, oh my God, what is he doing here? I thought he
Yeah.
wins it. Man, you do what you're supposed to. You you don't stop. You keep moving the whole time, and you're able to fight off your back in the state finals. Most people right there, man, could have easily just got stuck, but you fight through it.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that one pretty well. And I was like, all right, quit messing around.
Get up, get your one there. You come out the back door there, and just it's a I don't know the exact words, but um, you guys are like oil and water. Like you're I don't want to say wrestling styles mesh, but like you guys are just two completely different styles going at it, and the other person just can't seem to capitalize or get an upper hand.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember it being a fight all the way through. Uh, and he was such an athlete and moving in just ways that I was not anticipating a lot. Um,
And if there it is, you turn him, get him on his back, you get the fall. I believe it was 3 minutes, 35 seconds. 3 minutes and 47 seconds. I want to make sure I get that correct. 3:47.
there's Jeremy Jackson right there, Coach Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Still chat with Coach Jackson and Coach K to this day. They're just great individuals.
And here's the medal ceremony, man. You climbing to the top.
Yeah, that was a minute ago, huh?
Yeah. Coming up on the 25th anniversary. Well, this wrestling season, man, will be the 25-year anniversary, and the KHSAA, they do an excellent job of bringing back their not just in wrestling but other sports. Their 50-year team anniversary champions and their 25 years. So this will be St. Xavier's 25-year anniversary. Get to come back. They always reach out, and always a great just to see everybody. Teams usually, have like a dinner earlier in the day. They get introduced there on the championship floor there at the horse park before the finals. Maybe you can make it in, man. I'm sure St. Xavier'd love to see you.
Yeah, that would be awesome. We'll just have to see how it lines up with the kiddos wrestling.
Yeah, I understand. So, man, watching that one back after all these years, does it play out mentally the way you remember it after all this time?
To be honest, I didn't remember everything that had happened in that video. It's cool to see. It's cool to see. I'm excited to show my daughter and show my son. Uh, it's I remember him getting into it. I remember getting put to my back, and then I remember putting him to my back. But that was about the most that I remember from it.
And I understand. And earlier, a minute ago, you said that he was, I said styles really aren't meshing here, oil and water, whatever. And he said he was a great athlete. North Hardin also had in the heavyweight finals a guy named Marlon Deal, our buddy Michael Ramsey from Campbell County heavyweight, one of the best heavyweight finals, probably the best heavyweight final match that year. And something that's really cool about the 2001 finals is when I started on this journey collecting videos and doing the review series, we were able to get a few of the 2000 era, 90s era easily. They were no problem. For some reason, the 2001 archive, the only thing we could find was the fifth place bouts and the third place bouts. We could not find the finals. And
Oh
just
man.
making contacts, finding people, social media has made the world a whole lot smaller. We've been able, I believe now we're only just like two or three matches from the 2001 finals that we haven't been able to find. So it's been really cool to get up with guys like yourself that had the video. I'm glad you had the video. Your parents did, your dad, whoever it was, had it. We was able to do this, and I know the St. Xavier crowd is going to be great to see another one of their be able. That's one thing about this is no matter what gym you walk into, if we've done your review video, I always say this is a name at the end of a bracket doesn't tell the story. You can't see how good that person was. Yeah, stories only go so far, but then you get into fables. You get into like Paul Bunyan esque. Oh, this guy could beat 17 people, uh, building him up like he's an old professional carnival strongman. He bench presses 7 cars. Well, no, I mean when we can actually sit there and watch Isaac Knable, Tendai Charasika, Zach Steinbock's videos, all these people that's come before Billy, as weak as he is, Billy Redmond. I mean, you're just like, whoa, this is all right. Now, in the video, the St. Xavier crowd right out of the gate was chanting Navy SEAL at you.
Yep, yep. So I ended up going to the Naval Academy after that and wrestling for 4 years at Navy, and then went on and went to Buds after graduation and spent 15 years in the SEAL teams, 7 years on active duty and 8 years in the reserves.
No
Uh,
kidding, man.
so
That's
yeah,
awesome. If you don't mind me asking, what rank did you end up with?
Lieutenant Commander.
No kidding, man. That's awesome. So
So
we've got a Navy SEAL state champion. That's really cool, man. That's really cool. Um, but so before we wrap this one up, is there anything that we haven't covered that you'd like to say, add, take away, challenge Billy Redmond to a deadlift competition? I mean, just
now, the funny story, you brought it up earlier, and I'll never forget this. I don't know if any of the other guys brought this up or not, but in 2000 when we lost by 2.5 points, Coach K was giving us one of his motivational speeches and telling us that every time he drove past a 25-mile-an-hour sign that had the rusted bolt on it, it would just stare back at him 2.5, 2.5. And I don't know who, I'm not going to name names, or I do know who, but I'm not going to name any names. Somehow above the scale in the locker room there at St. X, there accumulated two or three 25-mile-an-hour signs. And brother James Kelly, who ran St. X there at the time, apparently came to Coach K and was like, "You got to get these out of here. We got some felons down in the locker room, and we need to get the evidence out."
Yeah. It's a good thing social media didn't exist back then,
Oh
huh?
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Man, that story, so many people have said something to that effect about the him saying that, Coach K saying that 2.5, 25 mile an hour, even guys that wrestled like later in the 20 teens said, he hated seeing a 25 mile an hour sign. So I'm glad that that resonates with so many people. And that was, I don't want to say motivation, but it's just something that you see and it just ingrains in you. And every time it's like, I'm not going to let this happen again. You know what I mean? I'm not
Oh,
going to let
absolutely.
this, we're not falling 2.5 team points short of a state championship again.
No, no, not at all. And Coach K, I mean, you want to talk about a head coach? That man was just they don't make them like that anymore. That man was a legend.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And I want to talk about real quick before we get off with this here, the 2001 state or St. Xavier State Championship team members. Your 103 that year, Chris Class come in fourth. 112 Brandon Worth, fifth place. 119 David George come in fourth. 125 was Josh Bolin. 130 Matt Worth. 135, I believe it was Chris Costin. Of course, your 140 Isaac Knable, four-time state champion that year. Most outstanding wrestler in '01 and '02. 145, Paul Miller come in sixth. I don't think he's the Paul Miller that owns Paul Miller Ford in Lexington. I could be wrong about that, but I don't
Oh,
think so.
I don't know. I haven't talked to Paul in probably 20 years either.
Oh,
That's
really?
that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, you at 152, first place. Matt Evans come in second at 160. He got beat by Todd Allen of LaRue County. 171, Pat Bauman. 189. I'm going to mispronounce this person's last name, Eric
Krupashevitz.
Krupashevich. I would have never, you could have gave me 10 years. No, no offense, Eric, but I just could not have got that
Oh,
without
don't
help.
ask me to spell it.
Yeah. Fifth place, 215, Ross Parrish. And then your heavyweight was Chase. I believe it's pronounced Bori.
Yep.
Okay. So, man, just a great, great, great crew and great team. 98 state champions, 2001 state champions, 2013 state champions. So St. Xavier has more than cemented themselves individual wise and team wise as being a Kentucky perennial power. They still, and they got a great squad this coming year as well. I get to officiate them a couple times a year at state duels. I'll see them individuals at state tournament, and they always, man, you don't want to wrestle somebody from St. X. I'll say it like that. You don't want to put your placement hopes on having to beat somebody from St. X because it's a very good possibility you're going to come out on the wrong end of that one. So Zach, man, I appreciate you doing this. Like I said, it's been a long time coming. Thank you to Isaac for getting us hooked up, and thank you to you for sending me your tape so we could do this, man. Having the video is what makes it. Without the video, this series is just, whatever. But having the person, having the video and their story, man, that's what so many people are attracted to. And I love just being able to let the world know what we've known for a long time. There's been some great Kentucky wrestling in our state. We've just been hid for far too long. And now people are finally starting to get to see it. And it's stories like Zach Steinbock's that make Kentucky wrestling what it is. So, man, thank you for joining us. Thank you all for watching. We will see you guys and girls on the mats.